What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back again. Last day on Earth action and into everybody's favorite event of the season, Headhunting Arena. I'm just kidding. Don't click away from the video. Do not click away from the video. We're not even touching this. The chat people already don't like the channel enough, but I had to throw a little tease in there. I'm literally not touching that. That is a joke. We have what hopefully will be a little bit of fun as well as some information here today. We're going to jump in. I'm going to talk about a couple of things, recent update, a few things to note, as well as one Gensis shop milestone here for us today. So if you happen to have the carrot dispenser or the caps machine from Pursuit of Luck event, carrot dispenser was from last year's Easter egg hunt event. These used to reset on a 24-hour basis. They have now joined the standard reset time, if you will. So that was just a little note from the update. We saw a couple other small changes. That was the biggest one that I noticed from all of that. Currently, right now, we still got the Valentine Rush. Mixed feelings on this event. But some of you are enjoying it. Some of you are not enjoying it. For me, again, on both accounts, I'm just going to try to grab some Rottweiler puppies. That's going to be my goal. I do think that this was this amount, 10,000, was a little high. These rewards, are they great? No, but that's okay, right? Like, this is just supposed to be a fun, I would hope kind of like low stress type event. If you don't grind for it, that's totally cool. They could be better. I do like the steel. Like, I will be very appreciative of having the steel. I think I made it to the steel so far on free to play. I got a day left, so I got a little bit of more to do. And like I said, I'm going to try to get the pups. I wish these at this end, somebody made this comment that they wish they were higher rank. I agree with you. I think these could have been level 2 or level 3 dogs would have been really nice. Apocalypse Breath is cool if you didn't have one. At the same time, if you don't have them, grinding all of this, it is what it is. I think this event would have been made a little bit better if it would have just been basically every location. I really think that, especially the northern locations, or for those that are grinding like stone or iron or whatever, just basic locations, I think would have made this phenomenally better. And I think it would have made the 10,000 little cards here a whole lot easier. But I digress. We're not here to chat about that. We're going to jump into the genome shop today. And I'm going to have some fun, but I also want to test some things. The dog collar, the spiked dog collar. I'm going to spend the genomes here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this. Now, this does work like a standard weapon, piece of equipment from everything I understand. We're going to buy this. We're going to craft it. So we're buying the ability to craft these. We craft it, we equip it, and it has durability very similar to a weapon for the dog. Now, one of the things that I want to test, and I've heard and seen that what happens with this attack, that this is the replacement attack and maybe not a boost to the attack. So we're going to do a little testing here just to kind of see how this goes and see, what impact this has. Is this really worth it? And I'll give you some thoughts once we get some time to do that. I'm also going to be starting up a new series here today, which I'm very excited to do. And a little nervous. We're going to be pitting, we did this with the drone, but we're going to pit our true friend here against some bosses. And I have a fun first one that I think could be pretty interesting depending on how things go here. So let's grab the spike collar. Yes, we'll spend the 1260. Is this exactly what I want to buy? I do think there are better things. I will say this. I'm doing this a little bit for science. But we did grab our fridge, our spare fridge here. I probably should grab the flamethrower. I really do want to get a couple of these other workbenches, and I really do want to get the fish fridge. After that, I think everything else, I do want to start grinding pups too, but that's on its way as well. So what I am happy about, we have this. So let's find this new thing. Here we go. Spiked dog collar. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad to equip. Aluminum plates. Did this change? Maybe. I don't remember, actually. I feel like this changed. I feel like this used to be more expensive. I don't really mind tan fur, aluminum plates, and some scrap metal. That's totally fine. Why did I think this was titanium? Anyways, okay, so as we can see here, damage 20, speed 1.3. It does look really cool. Let's go and check out our best friend here, our truest of true friends. And I also want to say congratulations. Quite a few of you over the last handful of days with this last dog breeder event, for whatever reason, nailed your first true friend. So congratulations to all you guys. Seriously, if you want to come and join the discussion and show that off if you nab yours here soon, join the Discord. Links in the description. Really cool community growing over there, so we really appreciate that. So here's my true friend, true friend pupper, with leader, resilient, and obviously true friend. A really nice roll on this. Anytime that you can get a true friend with either a purple or yellow skill, especially something related to the dog fighting, it's very, very good, right? Resilient is fantastic. You have leader here. You can take a look and see with the Rottweilers. You can also get what is it? Predator here, which can cause the bleed. Taking a look at this, it was pretty interesting. Mighty Paws is a new one that I think is limited to the St. Bernard puppies. So again, I'm excited to try to get some of those and see. What else did I notice? I feel like there was one more. Oh yeah, here, warm ties, frost resistance. Both are also, I think, specific to the St. Bernard puppies, but frost resistant increases the duration of your frost resistant stimulant and berry tincture. This could be really cool. And then True Friend increases your cold resistance, which I thought was also really neat. So your little pupper is snuggling up to you and keeping you a little warm, which that could be pretty impactful if you're going to be doing some grinding in the northern zones. Both of those would be really, really good skills. But again, on Rottweiler puppies, Rottweilers end up being some of the best. You've got your resilient there, which is really good. You've got leader and predator. Anytime you can get a true friend with any of those skills, it's fantastic. It's like an extra nice little boost. And so that's pretty cool. But okay, so right now we see attack of 22. This is because of the dog boost I have in addition to the rest of the pups in here. I'm curious to see. Okay, so this does boost it. This does boost its base attack. I'm kind of curious why we got 15 here, but it looks like it's stacking on the additional attack to take the total attack to 20 instead of what I think the base attack is 5. So again, I have 5 damage here, 5 damage here, 5 damage here, and 2 here. Do I have room to put these away? I don't have any room. And I don't want to release pups. I think that's what's happening, is it's taking the base damage, setting it to 20, and then I'm getting the 17 boost on top of that, which means my dog, every attack is doing 37 base damage. Is pretty sick. It doesn't change attack speed at all. So that is pretty interesting. I think what I'm going to do here, I want to test this out a little bit. Let me make another one of these, because I am curious to see. I'll make 2 just to have them. We have plenty of the tan fur. And I'm going to head to a location with hopes of doing 2 things. I hope to find the enemy I'm looking for, but I also want to test out the damage. We'll try to find some similar enemies just to kind of do some comparison contrast. Now this is base damage as well, I should note. One of the things I have noticed, and I don't know if this is going to get adjusted, I'm sure at some point it probably will, but dogs seem to generally kind of ignore some armors. Not all armors, but some armors. I'm not going to be fighting anything with armor here, but in the series that we have going forward, we will hopefully be able to see the result of that. So let's jump in and let's test a few things. Then hopefully I can find who I'm looking for. I'm also going to farm up some meat because I need some meat. Dog, 37 attack per hit. That is pretty dang good. Let's take this off. Let's just confirm. So this should work against any zombie. Let's find this guy. Here we go. Got a rabid wolf. Yeah, so it's just down to the 22 base. We'll see that. 22 base damage. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. That's pretty good. I'm going to just generally maybe clear this. I'm going to let the dog do most of the work here. just to take a look and see how durability shapes up. The dog is just absolutely smoking these guys right now. Let's get rid of this really quick. I did also notice that they kind of decreased durability. I'm curious to see what happens first. Am I going to run out of energy first? Or am I going to run out of durability on this dog collar? Listen, if you have a true friend and you have some boosts, 37 damage is pretty insane. Like, that's not even 10 attacks to take this thing down. That's pretty good. I guess I'll just take this rope. Okay, durability is... It's grinding. Let's see, where are we at here? We're at 59 energy. It seems to be generally on pace. That's not like maybe the greatest comparison. My dog is just crunching these guys. Being able to two-shot is pretty sick. Wow. Excuse me. As you can tell, I'm fighting a little bit of a chest cold here. Gotta get the demons out. I wasn't necessarily regretting this purchase, but there's probably it's a very fair argument to say that there are better things to be spending my genomes on, with generally how many we need and how hard they are to get, and hard relative term, how much time it takes to get them. I'm not regretting this purchase in the slightest now. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I'm not regretting this at all. Is this a puppy? Dude, no way. On the edge of all things. Whoa. Now we do have the boost from the extra, rare animals. That is really rare, I feel like. Puppies in red zones. I've been finding, interestingly, I got this question, I think, in a YouTube comment around raider tasks. Like, where do you find puppies for the raider task? And obviously the farm is great. But on my free-to-play account, I found a husky puppy in the northern zones, which isn't, like, that's not, outside of the norm. What was interesting, though, is it seems like it was relatively rare, and that's now the second one I have found in not very many days. So I'm curious to see some of these background updates, if there's some things shifting. Maybe it's just good RNG. That could totally be it. So I'm not making any broad sweeping, guesses there. But this puppy here seems very interesting to me. Very interesting. And I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong. Dude, this thing just absolutely smoking these is great. Like, really, really great. I'm honestly a little sad I didn't buy this earlier. I really am. Like, transport hub, some of these other locations are going to get so much easier now. Yeah, infected wolf, just get 3-shot by my dog. And yeah, I'm taking damage or whatever, but if I was firing at the same time, we're absolutely crushing this. Spike collar, super OP. This is really good. Now, here's the unfortunate part about this. The unfortunate part is that you have to have a true friend, which is very hard to do. And hopefully you have some other dogs that can help to boost up that true friend as well. The reason we're doing so much damage is because every single dog that we have as part of our explore suite, as I like to call them. I have a breeding set and explore set, which is when we're going to be out in the environment, raiding and doing those other things. The fact that we have 17 damage worth of boosted points from that is not nothing, right? That's a huge portion of it. But this dog collar adding to 20. Yeah, like, just get eaten, NPC. That's nuts. That's actually nuts. That was pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. This dog collar held up decently well. What I would honestly do, what I'm probably likely going to do, is just throw a couple of these in here and then just equip it. I'm going to keep like 2 or 3 in here. Just keep it equipped. I'll sacrifice a couple of storage spots for it. Making these aluminum plates, some tan fur. Again, it's not nothing, but pretty simple. And it held up pretty good. Now, we're definitely going to out-energy the dog collar here. I'm actually curious if I can repair this. I'm going to investigate to see if we can actually repair these in the repair bench. That would be pretty nuts, actually, depending on what it would take. I don't know if that's going to fit or not, but I'm going to keep this damaged one. Okay, I need to find our little boss fight here, so give me a little bit. We'll find our enemy, and we'll jump into a little bit more fun. It finally happened. Oh my gosh, I was losing hope. Okay. Dog versus big one. Who's gonna win? Okay, so here's what's happening, I think. The dog is obviously getting reduced. I think the dog's equipment attack is getting reduced, but its base damage or its boost is not. So we're just gonna sit here and enjoy our dog nipping the heels out of this big one, which is so funny to me. Bite him, dog. Bite him! And, yeah, the dog's gonna have not a whole lot of trouble here. Can it finish it before its energy goes down? Will be the real question. Dog wins. Dog takes down the big one. Good job, pupper. Look at you. So how did you fare? How did you fare? Come here, little bud. Let's get over here. Okay. So now they made it. Anyways, the dog collar got used up. It definitely had the dog collar on. I can promise you that. I've been just running locations here. That did pretty good. Used up just about all of its energy. It wasn't quite full. But it was pretty close. That was a lot of fun. That was really, really cool. I think what's happening here is there's some, and this, I hope this doesn't get patched, because that was absolutely awesome to see and a lot of fun to do. But I think there's just a damage calculation difference with the dog versus the armor or damage reduction that the big one is supposed to have. So I'm curious again to see dog versus some of these other bosses, specifically things with armor and stuff like that, how it's going to fare. Now, it seems like it's coded properly for like northern zombies and things. I've taken the dog with me on those trips, and it will do some damage, but it's not quite as effective. That took me forever. I have never wanted to find the big one more than I did in this moment, and it took me about 150 energies worth of travel. Interestingly enough, I found another puppy, another shepherd puppy in my time here, taken down trying to find the big one. So maybe red zones are where to be. It also queued me up another idea for a future video. I'm gonna jump into more of a science related video, but that was awesome. I have to share a little detail with you. I had this happen earlier during the last Lunar New Year event, actually. For whatever reason, the big ones at one of the locations happened to spawn quite a bit. I think it was while I was doing the lanterns. And I noticed that the dog was doing like a really significant amount of damage, even without the collar. And so I wanted to test that and to see. And so it was fun to actually get it in a 1v1 fight, dog versus big one. And the dog took it down, which is super, super awesome here. So, okay, I want to quickly just check to see. I need to grab this. We've been repairing up some weapons. I want to see if we are able. And I'm glad that happened when it did, because my dog, I think, was almost on the yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of time left. It did. It took me probably a good 30 minutes to find this. You can repair it. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Now, is it worth it to repair? Mine's at 28%. I guess if you didn't want... Here's the thing. If I don't want to spend fur, the tan fur, which is arguably, you know, I don't want to say like a hard resource to get, but it's a grindy resource. It's a grindy resource to get. I could just take this now and do aluminum plates. 11 aluminum plates to fix it up, 70%, versus just crafting another one. It takes 4, but I'm saving 8. It's like probably a toss-up. I will definitely lean towards repairing them versus not, to be honest with you, just because I would rather use the aluminum plates. We have many more of these than we do the tan fur, and I honestly think aluminum's a little bit easier between the settlement and some other stuff. So you choose whatever you think is best, but that seems like a pretty reasonable repair to me. And the fact that you can repair it is really cool. I really like that. I am a fan. W. Kafir for that one. That's pretty cool. So that's what I got here for you today. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to jump into a series of dog versus bosses. So let me know if there's anybody you want me to go try to take on here next. I'll see what the dog can solo or solo with some treats. We have a bunch of dog treats, so we'll use those up. I think that'll be pretty fun. Dog collar ended up being pretty good. So if you have a true friend puppy and you have the saddle already, you might not want to sleep on the dog collar. If you have some resources to spend, the extra attack boost is pretty significant, making that companion pretty awesome. So hopefully you enjoyed. Flash some socials, like, comment, subscribe. Help us get to 10K. That's our big channel milestone here. We've constantly been growing. Thank you so very much for all the support. If you clicked on the video and spent a few minutes with me, thank you so very much. Links in the description. I mentioned the Discord earlier. Come jump over there. It'll Last Day on Earth channel for all your Last Day on Earth chit chats. And thanks for the growing community over there. Really enjoy that. It also pulls all of the official Last Day on Earth Discord messages. So if you want to stay up to date with the game, it's a good way to do that. In addition to all that stuff, down below, we also have links to our other channels. If you want to go check out some of their content, Magic the Gathering, play some Escape from Tarkov on our main 2 channels down below. Go click on those, give those a follow and a sub. We'd appreciate that support as well as we're trying to grow them. So yeah, more Last Day on Earth action coming to you. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.